Okay, so hey, and one more important thing. So as mentioned, right? So with the modules itself, we had an issue. For example, we are trying to see. Okay, this is like a continuation to the previous session when we are playing with the modules, right? Like upgrading, downgrading the modules, isn't it? So if you see, currently it is we had a module, six module is available, right? So this is what happened when you mistakenly, right? Let's say old project in the old projects. So the models might be of course it should be outdated models, which means that the project will be running with the old version of the model. Got it? Package. And see what we have done is we have downgraded the six, right? Six package in the previous class, right? Not only six or any other thing, right? We played with Boto 3 downgrading it, isn't it? But if I just run this, I tried running uh, import. What is the statement here? So when I import this, see, when I importing this Boto 3 itself, Boto 3 is depending on what library? Six library. Okay, let's quickly. I can quickly show you how it is depending. Okay, so if I go through terminal, right? So how to install library? How to uninstall library? So first check whether what is the library, please, right? And check the version of Boto 3 and 6. Okay. So if you see Boto 6 is 090 and what is Boto 3? Boto 3 is 001, which is very initial release of Boto 3. You got it? The first version of Boto 3. And we were using other version like some upgraded version of 6 library, isn't it? So when I go back here, 090, right? So now we had a issue. So that's where when we import itself, it starts importing everything. And one more important thing we need to understand. Okay, so like I just installed and we are installing and uninstalling, and you need to understand in which location it is getting stored. Is it? That's a very good question actually, because sometimes, right, they might install the library, and since lack of knowledge on the virtual environment, so that library is not part of this project. You got it? Lack of knowledge, they don't know how to organize it, right? How to organize it. So that's where the problem comes in. Understood? So in general, when we do, one second, let me. So it's annoying. Okay, now it makes sense. Hmm. So imagine here we had a Boto 3, and currently the issue is it's not importing properly because 6 is latest version and Boto 3 is the just even with the import. But like when we import, right? When we import Boto 3, so what really happens? See, we are installing, right? So pip install Boto 3. So since it is already available, let me uninstall this. Yes, and also it is saying, did you see this? See, it is saying, hey Kumar, you're trying to uninstall it, right? You're trying to uninstall Bodo 3, but what do you want to do with it? You want? Can I also like? Would you remove this? The complete package information. You got it? And also, if you what did you observe? This is Boto 3 library is residing under the virtual environment dot venv, right? So venv means virtual environment. You got it? So when you create anything in Python, when you create a project, right? So it create a fresh virtual environment. We can also manually do it, yeah. But when you're comfortable with PyCharm, right? So it is automatically manages. So here, yeah, we can have a session on that, no problem. And now, what is the catch here is when I remove, if I press yes, what it does is, in general, it goes to this location. Once again, I don't want to keep everything. Yeah, when you press yes, which means that I'm removing the Boto 3 related folder and this information directly from the what is the location? See, the profile management, my package, right? Until it's okay. And what is the folder name? .vnv, right? And I should go here. And what is the next one? Lib. And what is the next one? Site packages. So this is the place where whenever you install something from the internet using pip command, so all packages will go and sit here. It will be saved. Somewhere it has to save, right? Because we need to use those functionality, right? When you install it, it comes and stores into the site packages, folder, right? Site packages is a folder. Inside that, uh, all the packages will be stored. Not only packages with, let's say for example, certify. So for certify, so this is the package, which means the package is nothing but what? Collection of modules only, right? So if you just expand, you will see. You got it? So it has, when it comes to certify, for example, so it has init module, which means like package, and also it has main. If you see, they have written some code there. Import. See, did you observe that in the certify library itself, it has used arg parsed. But if you see, there is no arg parsed. But what is arg parsed? Arg parsed is a dependent library in order to work with certify. Did you get it? So, for example, if you see, you should have a name arg parsed. Arg parsed. See, that's what this is. Uh, this is a third-party libraries, and arg parsed should be a built-in library. Otherwise, it should be displayed. It should be available here. You got it? And let's try to check for border 3, right? So border 3 is available here. Okay. And if I just get in here and under the resources, right, you'll see so much data out here. So they have just a JSON format. It is even, and they have some files, JSON files, to work with to create to work with to use border 3. So they have created these things, right? And now, if you if you observe closely, there is something called resources. In the resources, they had actions module, base module. If you see from and what did you notice here? So it also used along with Boto 3, which means that it is not a independent library which can itself work with the application. Got it? So even when you use Boto 3, it uses the third-party libraries. You got it? So for example, logging is a built-in Python library, and Boto Core. So Boto Core third-party library. And if you see, Boto Core should be available. Did you see here? Boto Core library. And even when it comes to this, right? Params and whatever it is, when you're working with these particular libraries, it's important that resources, right? So when you see this, see it is using from currently, for example, for Boto 3, what is the current directory? Directory name, dot resources. Did you see how it is, how we were importing? If it is, if it is this, if you want to use in actions, right? Action, which means that current directory and my package name is response, for example. Sorry, params response. Resources dot what is the model name? Params. Import create request parameters. Let's say if you go here, here that functionality has been written. Did you see this? So what all I'm speaking here is that these functions are Boto 3 when you install it, it also install the dependent libraries. Okay, that's the catch. If you see, even there are many things which would taken care by Boto 3. If you want to play with AWS, right, you can use Boto 3 library. But the Boto 3 itself, it is depending on so many other libraries. Got it? And if you expand this Boto 3 service resource, they created a class, and then they are just they're doing some looping, right? And they had some functions out here, resource collection, clone. That's what they had. They had everything. They had everything in one place. And one more important thing. That's what. So when you're working with it, you need to understand where the data getting stored, right? Where the libraries are getting installed. These are very important things. Sometimes, right? So people are struggling because they might install the library, but not in the project. Okay. If I say no, not in the project. So what they must have done is they have installed in other project, like they have created one more virtual environment and they installed there. For example, if I go back here, so this is our package, and if I go here, this is not a virtual environment. If you want to create a virtual environment, directly go here, new project, right? And here, did you see interpreter type project VNV virtual environment, which means that when I create a test, for example, test project, right? And it would ask me, hey, for this project, what is the Python version you want to use? So, for example, here for this environment, let's say, imagine I'm using like a old version of project. Then I have to install the old version of, I have to I have to install and choose the old version of the, Python. You got it? So currently, it is, download and install. There is no option for me in this. Okay. So that's where I'm started using this. For example, create a Git repository. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And if we go create from sources and new, when I click on this, did you see this? It is creating virtual environment because I have chosen when creating a project itself, I have chosen VENV, meaning create a virtual environment for this. Let's experiment that as well quickly, because this knowledge also very important, because without this knowledge, when you're working on a project, you cannot manage the what. So let me quickly do one thing. So this is one project. So there are two projects. Let me close this. It's not required, right? So now we have only two projects. One is my package, right? And the other one is test environment, for example. So what I'll be doing now is, since it is keep updating, now I'll try to, since I install this Boda 3 in this project, correct? And I'm going ahead and try to access here. Once this cleanup skeleton is done, I can start using it. Now, so in this right, what I'm going to do is, let me create let's say, let me try importing boto 3. Okay, I just imported boto 3, and if I just start running it, so what did you notice? Boto 3 is not available. Why? Because it was installed in another project, which means, like, which is isolated. Okay, the packages are isolated into this environment only. That's where, if you see here, so this is available inside this project. So my package is a project name, and inside that only these packages are available. You got it? And when you create another new project, what it does is it creates us another folder, and the location is changed. Did you observe that? The location of the, when you go here, there is no libraries here. Did you see? When I go here, very few should be available. These are the few. And here, Boto 3 is not there. Did you observe that? And even when it comes to there is one library with six, 116, 116.0. We don't care about it. And for example, if you want to install a separate package for this particular environment, let's say I want to work with the remote systems, and I want to do a file transfer, or do some remote operations, right? So we can use a Paramako library. For example, this is the library name. And if I install this, it is specific to this particular project. Pip install Paramiko, for example. So what will happen is, currently it is not, Paramiko is not available. Did you see this? There is no such package exist. But when I install this, what it does is it start creating package here. Successful install. Now did you see this? It got updated. It got updated, and now there is a package Paramiko. You got it? Yeah. and this is specific to this environment. And if you see the location, right, that's where it is bound to this particular project only, and I cannot use this project outside. Got it? Yeah. But yeah, we will have a separate session on that, ideally. But the catch here is that, when you're working on the application side, we need to understand why the, let's say, if I just import this, if I just import and run it, right, so it will throw error because it's not compatible. So the from sixth import, like from where it is not happy with, both when I'm importing Boto 3 itself. So what really happens is it will go try to import this library and Boto 3, right? And there is something called initialization. There is init file, right? In general, we can also initialize our things in this file itself. Okay. So the problem is with this library. So when I do, did you see this? When you do this, import Boto 3, it comes into the Boto 3 library, and it checks, it start initializing. Whatever initialization is required, it is initializing. But when I do this, the line number 16, did you see this? Line number 16 is a problem because it when it is trying to import Boto 3 dot session and import session, right? So it is not happy. So what is the reason? Because it is depending on the 6 library. 6 is Boto 3 is a very old version of the library, and 6 is the latest version, right? Available, for example. So that's where the problem. Now, if you want to sort this out, what you have to do is you need to understand what is the versions of what. See, that's where if you look at this, from 6 import string types. Okay. And to debug this, how you can debug is go back, go to this, go to the 6. What is the library name? 6. Go to library 6. 6 is a package, right? And what is the location? Directly from 6 import. So what it is trying to do is it is trying to import, what is the from import string type. There is no such there is no such functions, right? Did you see that? Even when you go here inside inside 6, there is some strings are available, and nothing. If you see constant objects, and it is trying to import a string type, it's supposed to be available under this area. Got it? But nothing is available, text type. So here, this is a place, while looking at the module names itself, we can sense that, hey, this is the right place for these modules. But since it is not available with the no, it is not compatible with the old version of Boto 3. That's where the problem. Okay, how we can fix that? The best option is, when you're working on a project, we need to understand, as mentioned, so we need to understand during the time what is the go to the commits, see what commit, what commit the build is successful, right? And find out the Boto 3 version there. Also check what version of the 6 they are using. Then what you can do, you can do a custom installation of the package with the version number, right? Like this. I think we had a session on this. So pip install, let's say, package, for example, if it is compatible with, let's say, 0.0.1, for example, right? So like we had to specifically install. But let's say, if it is the latest project, and you don't need to worry about it, then what we can do is we can directly upgrade both the packages. Okay, and see what are the upgrade the both the packages, and see if something during the migrations, right? Even migrations. So why we do migrations? So migrations are helpful because the old version of the code might have the performance issues, or some bug fixes, right? So bugs, not fixes, right? So when we had a old version of the code, it might have some, many defects or some vulnerability issues or some code leakage. So to solve that, we will fix on the fly, right? On the time, like, over the time, we do a fix, like, the package. the package owners, right? So what do the, for example, let's say you are also, you had some thought, hey, I can solve this problem, and then what you have done is, hey, I can solve this problem like I can create a package to work with the GCP. So you have set and you implement all the packages required for GCP, and then you are the package owner, right? And during the time you may be having some bug fixes or some good releases, right? And also you'll also think of some feature like it can be new feature, it can be enhancement, or it can be bug fix. So you'll be implementing in the backend. So once you design that package, what you can do, you can you can also freely publish in the PyPI. It is a Python official website where they will monitor, they'll check the code base and see whether it's meeting the standards. If it is okay, and if you are solving, if you really solving some problem, then they'll onboard your package, and that will be available for people to use, right? So Python is a open source tool, so anyone can use. Got it? And here, now, to solve this problem, how we can do is, so first of all, let me uninstall boto 3. Got it? I want to remove everything from here. It's done. Got it? And if you see, I have just uninstalled. Now what it will do when I try installing? When I try installing, so it will detect the, since it is depending on the 6 package, right? It would detect the existing package of 6, and if it is required to upgrade, it will upgrade automatically. Did you see this? See, found existing installation, which is 0.9.0, right? And it is not required, because since it is not compatible, right? Attempting to uninstall 6, found existing installation, uninstalling 6, successful uninstall. You got it? Yeah. Now if you see, it installed boto 3. See, installed boto 3 with the latest available version 135.23 and latest available version of 6. You got it? And if you start running, previously we had an issue, right? We have seen that it crashed. It crashed for the thing. Now if we go ahead and trigger this, let's check it out. See that? The issue got addressed. Guys understood how we were addressing the things. So you should have a strategy that, hey, so 3 things very important. First thing is, what are the existing packages? What are the existing packages, and what causing the issue? Identify whether that particular functionality which is trying to import, which is available or not. That's first thing. Second thing, check the versions, versions in the existing system. What versions of boto 3 and 6 are available? Just go ahead and check. You can, if we go into any of the location, let's say PyPI, right? If you go here, so here you can find the respective package and see what is the latest version. Let's say I want to check Paramico, for example. This is also one of the library. So the latest version of Paramico is um Paramico 350. So this is the latest version. You got it? And even you can if you get into there, if you click on this, right? See how you can install. If you, when you do this pip install Paramico, right? What it does is background. So when you install package like this, it comes to this website. Okay, it get into this website and start looking for the latest version available. See what is the latest? See latest version, and which was released September 16. Most likely every month there is a release. Okay, and if you see, when I click on this, generally when we run this command in the terminal, right? Let's say if any, I'll write in. Let me close the other one, not required. Yeah. So when I do this, pip install Paramico. So there is no magic that it will install it somewhere, right? So the location is very simple. It comes to this website and it installs the latest available version. So you were saying like, hey Kumar, it installs. How come? Right? There is a, see in the same page, if you see there is something called download files, downloaded files. It will come. It it takes the it takes up the tar file. It untar it and then install it. You got it? And even if there is one more thing, one more way to install a package. Some in some scenarios, right? Think about a company where it is not allowing you to install a installation package through the pip command, because see, when I do the pip, right? Oh, sorry, one second. So when I do a pip install Paramiko, for example, so what it does is the request will go. See, this is the command, correct? The request will travel through internet, right? And when it comes to organizations, organizations have strict policies that, hey, I should not allow what we can say, miscellaneous request, right? I don't want to like another request should be avoided. So God knows what you're installing, right? So in to prevent that, what they have done is they have set rules that there is a shield where the request will not go from your system. Okay, meaning you don't have internet access through the pip. With application you cannot install. Got it? But manually you can go and check, for example. Okay, so you have internet access, but through command it is not. Through command, doing install write operations. In the installation in the sense like write operations only. You got it? So that is not permitted. But what they permit is, hey, if you do if you are sure that this is a perfect package you can install, right? What you can do is you can come here, come to this page, as mentioned. You come to here, search for the respective package, and click. That's what. Let me show you from in. Yeah, come here, select Paramigo. You should check for exact match. The exact matches here. So 350. And even if you want to go with other version of package, like there are many pages, meaning you can find the older version, right? And what my suggestion would be, always go with the latest one, because it is having bug fixes and fully optimized version, right? So you're good to go with it. Yeah. Now come here. Now I'll show you other way of installing. Okay, so with pip you can install like this. And even what you can do is you can download instead of uh, pip is downloading, you do manual download. Okay, and there is something called wheel file. So this one we used to call as a wheel package. You got it? So if you click this, it downloads to your machine directly. No issue with that. Okay, when I go here, now I know this is the path. And if I go back here, let me keep it somewhere. Let's say in D, I just placed here. Got it? And now what I'll be doing is I'll quickly copy this. I want to know the location of it. So how do you know? Simply right click on the right click on the file and properties and security. So this way you'll come to know which location it is. Got it? Yeah. So copy this location, and now you're good. So pip install, you can directly pass that location. You got it? If you do this, what it does is, instead of going through the internet to get this package, it directly install the package from your local system itself. Make sense? If you do this, yeah, since it is already installed, let me uninstall pip uninstall. What is the package name? Paramico. Guys, these are the very important things, because when you're working in the office environment, right, you must know things. You must know these things. Must know tools. Yeah. So I have uninstalled this in the top, and installing the latest version 350 with wheel package. Let's say, imagine my organization blocking installing through the pip command. Then what I do? I'll download it, I'll download the will package and install it local. So when I do this, it should start installing it. Did you see this? Successfully install Paramiko. Yeah, guys, make sense or you're kind of confused? You're good, is it? Pardon? Hmm, hmm, hmm. No, no, because uh, no, we don't do that because see, when we are planning this kind of installation, so this is a custom installation. You got it? And this is not a recommended way too. The reason is very simple because when we are working on the project, right? So if you see, there are many libraries. Okay, so when you try doing this, which means that you are slowly, moving a practice that you're not using the latest version, right? Since you install manually. So after, let's say you are working in a project and you install this, after 6 months you left the company, right? And the person which he joined, he was never know that organization does not allow the installation package through this process, right? And what they do is, uh, you know um, and for example, let's say it allowed by the time, what will happen, you will have a specific rule that you install manually, correct? You install this manually, and this package is not part of this requirement list. You got it? For example, yeah, here I mentioned, but generally it won't be. So during the time, so when I do a when I do this pip install minus r. So this time what happens is it installs the latest version of all available versions. You got it? And as you already see, every month there is a release on the package. Understood? And so majority they don't change the functionality side, but if the over time, maybe after 5 years or 6 years, right? Then there is an issue with the packages, package functionalities. Even the function names, naming convention might be changed. They don't want to go with camel case, they want to go with some snake case letters, right? So that time it will become a problem. So now if I do install this after 6 months, right? So meaning I'm installing the latest version available for all the packages. But what is the problem? The problem is, since you did manually 6 months ago, so now when I start running this application, so it will crash. Did you understood this? So that's where that is not a best practice, or it's not a preferable way of installing packages. When we want to do it, we should do it through the even file requirement file itself. Even you can specify. For example, let's say I want since you were sure that after 6 months, right? If you want to install some package and Paramiko, right? And you can use specify the which version you want to install. You can also specify in this style as well. So for this package, let's say Boto 3, uh, let me try to put some version so that it will tell me, let's say 0. Okay, for first let me get some version, old version of Boto 3. I would say which is not available. Like I just put some dummy version so that when I do this installation, right? So it will cry, hey, what is this 0.999? I don't know this. You got it? So no matching distribution found for this, right? And then what I'll do is I'll choose some random version, right? For example, and specify here. Got it? So you can also start installing packages like this. So some packages free to it can take the latest available version, and some packages are it can take the version which you specified. Now, so when I go back here, if you start installing pip install, right? Now it start install downloading the latest version of, not latest version, the version which we specified, right? it start downloading that. See, it is found existing. Now it will uninstall and it install this specific version of the package. Did you see it? So it installed Boto 3. Also, what it is taken care is, and now if we try doing this, if I execute this, okay, since it's indexing it, so allow few minutes, maybe a minute or two. Okay, it's fine. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to also see that's what when I do this fine, and I want to go with other version, lowest version. What is the lowest version? 0.1.0, something like this. Let's try this. Again, I'm just downgrading it. Okay, so it's not existing. The first version is 0.0.1, is it? Right. I don't know how many of you played with this kind of thing. So please play with installations, guys. It's very very important. Right. So now what I have done is I have completely downgraded Boto 3 to the lowest version available. And now if I go back here and try running this, simply I am just see I'm not doing I'm not doing anything. Simply I just importing the functionality. You got it? I simply imported the models and let's try to execute it. Now did you see this? What is the problem? See, Boto 3, it is trying the whole version of Boto 3. It is trying to import 6.moose import config parser, for example. You got it? So what it does is it is trying to find it goes here, go to library, go to the 6, right? Go to 6. This is a distribution. Where is the name? Even you can click on this, you can do a refresh or something. Yeah, refresh should be there. Auto refresh. In general, there should be a refresh button. Generally, it auto refreshed actually. When you scroll down, you should see a 6 package. I can see this one, but no 6. Okay, it's not 173. And if I go and check it, no, it's simple that no. What I'm telling here is that no, we downloaded complete Boto 3 to the very lowest version. Okay, now it is not compatible with the version of 6. Okay, so when Boto 3 we are doing this line, if you go to the Boto 3, you'll come to know here Boto 3, and then if you go to the init, right? So this is where it's crying today again. Not this line, which line it is? Okay, so got it. So it is installing two things, right? So it is when it comes to import in the same file boto 3 init.py, right? So here the two, this is the one. Okay, and what is the line number? Line number 16. Yeah, line number 16, right? And when it is doing this, it's not happy with line number session.py. So there is something called session.py, right? Guys understood how I am navigating. And if I go here in the session.py file, there is line number 16 again. In this line, botoco.session. Okay. Again, botoco.session. What is the line number 16? It's not happy because botocode now it is referring to botocore library. Guys, don't worry about all this. If you're not following, that's fine. But try to cope up. If you, it comes here, boto core, and then look for session. Yeah, session, right? And in this session, guys, did you understand? I'm not doing anything. I'm simply following what this flow will be. You got it? And to address, because see, it is very simple that there is there is no model named 6.moves. Understood? Which means that we had a folder, and then we had a file or module which is not presented currently. Okay. In order to fix that, what we can do is, what is the action plan now? See, you can you just talk to first of all, you have to test them up, right? You have to test them up in your local system before moving to any of the environment, cloud environment. Got it? So simply, in order to address that, there is a not even there is a ticket. They'll create a ticket saying that this is the vulnerabilities actually. No, it's not, sorry, it's not vulnerability, compatibility issues. Okay, and there will from your from your management, right? So they create a ticket saying that, hey, this is application is getting crashed. Can you please go ahead and look into it, right? And you will have a fixed version saying that yeah, because of the old version of the 6 package, for example, or old version of the Boto 3 library, that's where the issue comes. Now let me update it. Okay. And then what you have to do is you have to update the respective version, and run the application, and do a smoke test, right? Smoke test in the sense that you have to check all the core features of the application, and also the primary thing is, see, for example, you install Boto 3, and you tested everything other than AWS related features, for example, right? Which would not it's not a good practice, right? Or it's not a active or full testing, full applications testing. What is the reason? The reason is very simple, because Boto 3 is only meant to work with the AWS, right? And instead of testing AWS features, you tested other features, and you left off Boto 3, for example, with AWS. AWS, you didn't push any file to a S3 bucket, or you didn't created anything, right? To play with AWS functionality. So that's not a good practice. Why? Because you imported, you upgraded this package, which means that the what is the associated feature in that application, that has to be tested properly. If it is working with the latest, if I upgrade, if I install minus or, how you can upgrade? Just go back to the here and remove the version. In general, majority of the places or majority of the projects, so we don't specify the version, because we always wanted to keep the version of the package to be the latest available. That's where we will keep like this, and we do direct it is, yeah, apps and requirement. So this way, what it does is it will take care of installing properly for all the available versions. And if I do this now, if I go ahead and trigger one more time, again, still there is a issue with 6, right? Did you see this? Still, it is not happy. Why? Go back here, and let's do one thing quickly. So pip uninstall 6. Okay. And now if I go back and trigger this one more time, or trigger this app.py. Did you see this? No module found. No module. What is the error name here? Module not found error. So when package is not available, then we will get error saying that no module found error, no module named 6. So what it does is it looks for 6 module inside the uh, lib site packages. Okay, since there is no 6 available, that's where it is. So there is no 6 module, right? That's why it is complaining that 6 is not available. And now when you run one more time, so for example, when I go ahead and run one more time installing the packages, it is installing the, did you see this? For 6, it is not happy. Installing collected packages, it required, Boto 3 required 6 library. But what is the problem? Pip's dependency resolve does not correctly take into the account all packages that are installed. Behavior is source of the following, okay, following dependency conflicts. Okay, it's not happy with, even, did you see this? We had the issue. See, that required the Boto core, right? It required, 112 and above. Do you see this? Even when you're looking at this issue, it is clearly saying, "Hey, I'm not happy with this." Because the current installed packages, right? If you go back here quickly, right here. So whatever the package is installed, what are the packages installed? As I mentioned, Boto 3 is depending on Boto core. Understood? And now the Boto core is not happy. But the current locally it has 0.680. So if you do a pip freeze, then it will tell you what are the, see, if you go back to Boto core, 0.68, right? But what is the problem? When you do this, so it should be above, the current requirement is it should be above 112. You got it? It should be above 112. So that's where the problem. It is a, see, there are many conflicts. HTML, this one fix, HTML file lib 1.1 required 6 is one above 1. Okay, but you have 117, sorry, 173, which is incompatible. And even S3 transfer, even we had issue. So we have a 062, but what is required? S3 transfer requires Boto 3. Sorry, these are depending, S3 is depending on Boto core, and it's not happy. You got it? So in order to do this, now the fix for this should be, we have to upgrade the Boto core. Got it? So just what are the libraries required, keep there also directly here. Or what you can do, since Boto core installed by Boto 3 itself, when we install very initially, that Boto core got installed. Okay, this library. And what we can do is we will uninstall everything in one go. For example, pip uninstall space -r apps and requirement. Now what I'm doing is I'm uninstalling everything on one go. Yeah, I want to uninstall this. Yes. For each one it will ask. Just say yes. We're done. Right? So what really happened is we uninstall all the libraries first place, right? And now if we go here, so still these are present. Okay. Now see, if you want to troubleshoot more in the real time, what we can do is we can also remove this package from here so that it will not detect. But we will uninstall every package in one go and then start installing it. But still it wouldn't solve because still there is a Botocore library. We can take them out. You can also manually go and delete as well, instead of doing this. So what is the issues with package 6 and Botocore, right? Manually also you can delete it. It is even if we did it manually, it is solving like this. Botocore, go ahead and delete this too, right? And what is the next package? 6. It's not happy with 6, right? This is not the this is not the right place, but let's try that, you know. Yeah, let's try removing this as well. This is the guy it is importing, you know. So from here it is trying to import they don't have it. They had some basic logics, that's it. Okay. Let me remove this as well. Simply messing up things now. Right. Searching for 6 in 209 files on light. Go ahead and uninstall it. Oh, did you see this? When I try uninstalling, even though the uninstalled once already, so it will simply say like warning, right? Uh, skipping Boto 3 as it is not installed. So since it's not available, it is not going to install. Now let me install it now. And this is like what we can say. So this is messing up things, guys. We don't even in the current project we don't do this because all applications are migrated to the latest, most likely migrated to the latest version of packages are available, right? So we don't see this. This is when we are working with the old projects. That's when we're supposed to do this. Got it? No, this is required like low level understanding of how package is being organized or structured in the project. And if you want to even if you want to play around, you should go here, get into this. Generally we don't get into set packages and do like deletion and anything else. Okay, but this is for troubleshooting purpose, guys. You got it? In order to troubleshoot, we will come here and check it. Yeah. Now, if you do this, then it should start working because we removed unnecessary compatible files and make it and this will take care of installing the required libraries. With this itself, what it does, it has installed now Boto 3 latest version, Boto Core latest version, also 6 also latest version. Did you see this? Now with the after this not fix, migration from a lower version to the latest available version. If I go ahead and shoot this trigger, it should start working. And still it is indexing. If you get error also no problem. And after indexing, try to run the application. After indexing only we should start running. And if the application is getting started, right? So now we don't have any issue. Did you see this? Guys, this is how we this is how we solve the package related issues. Got it? And when you're working on the application side, it's important that having this knowledge is critically important, right? See, this is not solved by any developers. Okay, so if there is issue, again they messed up with currently two libraries are not compatible, and because of lack of knowledge, what they do is they do messing up. They do there are many other libraries, right? So they do migrating degrading this, degrading this, for example. So eventually, like any library, like every library is not compatible each other. Did you understood the concept? That's where doing that this kind of migration or degrading the package is not preferable in the real world environment. Got it? And knowing this, even you can say that, hey, they'll ask, hey, what is the latest challenge that you have faced? Hey, in my project, so we were migrating the application to the latest available version of the packages, and there are so many incompatibilities issues with the packages, and I'm the person responsible for doing this. And in my project, there are 40 plus libraries we have used in my project for application development, and a couple of them were in were in a very old release version of it, because that was during the initial days, they have manually installed it, and in the recent times we installed the libraries through the requirement.txt in one go. And previously, so since lack of knowledge, they made it manually, and there are so many issues with compatibility, and I'm the responsible for doing this. Even during the migration, for example, let's say now, so imagine application completely in lowest version available. For example, let's say it was implemented 10 years ago, and today, if you want to migrate completely from this, right? So there is a project again. There is a migrate. This is a migration project where you will be asked to migrate each and every library. So first, what we do is we will start migrating one library. Okay, we will check what are the places. For example, Boto 3 library we will be using. Understood. And we will be choosing the functions. Let's say Boto 3 supports many features, right? So we will see what is the function name written there, and we will run the application. Let the application crash, which would give you the some inputs. Hey, this is not working, for example. Then what we do is we will go check, what is not working, for example. So if it is dependable version, and we will see what is the compatible version with this library. You got it? So this way we will do a migration plan, guys. But in general, these days, my majority of the things are migrated. So I don't think that we had migration issues. So in migration, majority of the problems will comes with the naming actually. Let's say the function name is written. Let's say for doing let's say sending email, for example. So previously, the function name is sending email to XYZ person. Let's say sending email to, for example. And now it is not in the latest version. It's not sending email, for example. It just like send. The function name is send. Which what does really mean? The functionality, everything else same. Just that they have they have given some uh, you know good readable function names. You got it? Then you should understand, oh, okay, the issue is with the function name. Then you have to update. You have to change wherever that send email function is available. How you have to do it? For example, you will go here, right click on this project. See, when you're using PyCharm, right? So go into this, right click, find in files. You got it? So here, what you want to find? So let's say send email. You got it? So currently nothing was there. Now what I'll do is I'll put let's say previously it is like this, for example. Imagine it is like this is one file, and this is one more file. Let me put everything else, everything everywhere, for example. Okay, now imagine this function is send email function is no more valid. The function name is just send, for example. Now how we can do this? Go here, right click, and find in files, right? Now if you see here, you see this send email. So what you can do is there are two things, there are two things you can do it in one go. So there is option directly go here, replace in files, right? If you just go here, did you see this send email, and like how you want to replace? You want to replace in every place. Like you have to do a study. Okay, yeah, this is the correct place, this is the correct one. Got it. Now when you're working using the tools like PyCharm or VS Code, we can check everything. It will list out everything. Now what you want to do with this? Hey, I want to change. Imagine currently it is only few packages, right? And if there are many, meaning there are 100 100 lines of 100 places where you need to change this function name. When you don't know this concept, then what you will be doing, you will be opening each and every file and checking, oh okay, here for example, you'll be opening each and everything on an instant, right? So this, there might be a issue with the human errors, because we cannot detect everything, right? We are not a machines, right? There might be a chances of missing the missing the file where you didn't updated the actual name, right, supposed to be intended. Yeah. Now what this can be, how this can be implemented. So go here, right click on the package, replace in files. What you want to replace? I want to replace this guy with what? The function name is now send. You got it? And if you just see, if you do a replace, then it replaces only one place. And when you click on replace all, right? What this does is it replaces everything in one shot. See, replace three icons of send email across three files with send. Yeah, of course. Do it. Did you observe it? There is a typo, right? There is a typo in the, I put L as well. When I go back here, replacement files, did I put L as well? No, send email. Oh, okay, send email. I missed, there is nothing. But if you see, guys, what I tried is, I tried replacing send email. I didn't, since I missed L there, so that's where it replaced with email with send, and it still added this L. Okay, now I found the issue. Again, if you want to correct them up, simple. Go here, go to the find and replaced. I want to replace this. See, one shot, send, replace all. So this starts. And did you see? Even I made a mistake. The mistake is very simple. This project does not belongs to the. Uh, that's where. So go back, go back here and find and replace in files. And if you see, there are so many other places. Uh, where is this location? Terra term, site packages, and oh okay. Oh, this is real bad, And see, when send is available, right? So send file, send code, something like that. There are other places also. Then not in, see, it is in a project level, and it is also when, since you're clicking here on the project name, right? Replace. It is all, see, which means that it checks with this string in the complete, complete project, including the .dnv file. You got it? And this is not a good practice, right? But when you are specific about the application or packages, and since there is only 4 packages, right? Now I can do a individual package inspection of that particular text and replace it. So how can you do it? Go right click on the specific, so choose the project, so not project, choose the package or folder, do right click there and replace in files, for example. So in this package, only one place it is available. I want to replace it. Yeah, done. And choose the next project, next package. Let's see, here is a place. Now I want to replace in files. What do you want to replace? I want to replace sendl with send variable. Sorry, send text, replace all. That would replace it. You see it? Yeah. Now two packages done. And next go to the third package. Guys, did you understood how I'm doing it? So you should also get experience on, oh, how we can make use of all the available tools available or features available in the tool. So this is also important, because otherwise when you want to change, when you want to update something, right? So it's not necessary that you have to check in each and every module for that respective thing. Even when you want to say, when you get into a project and you have asked to implement some feature, hey, there is a feature available, go ahead and enhance it, right? So how we have to search? So for example, let's say I want to approve a couple of tickets now, for example. So what I can do is, directly I'll just go here on the project level and just look for the references, find in files, and I look for approve. Let's say if the feature is implemented, right? So I can find some references. I can find some references, not this one, guys. No, since I'm doing from everywhere, so it's not a good idea again. Good, like for example, let's say I want to see what is existing, and yeah. So for example, let us say send feature. Now, send feature, they had some logic. They just had a function name, and now I want to enhance this to behave a real world example, right? To sending an email, for example, right? So what you can do is, since it is only one place, fine. Even imagine if you have multiple lines of code, then it will become horrible actually, right? Then what we do is right click there, go to the find in files. So what I want to find, I want to find send email, okay, and I could it is immediate instantly detecting the, hey, okay, there is a function send, yeah, yes, this is the one which I'm supposed to work on, right? Then I'll open, okay, so there is nothing written. So let me put some logic out here, sending email logic. This would this wouldn't work anyway because I didn't put the real world example or real world logic here. Just I put some dummy text there. You got it? So this is how we perform, right? So these are the important things when we are working in the real environment. Also, we will come with yeah, we can learn more about this still. Got it? Yeah. And coming to, I think you are comfortable with the module now, right? So installing packages and how to, how to troubleshoot them, right? Where to look for the packages if there is any issue. Got it? You're comfortable now with packages, or still you need any clarity on this? Hope you're fine, is it? Right. So this is a developer must know things. So which would help you. Otherwise, you know what? If you're not confident enough to handle the packages, right? It would take days for to find the exact reason. You got it? Since you are, let's say, lack of knowledge, if you're messing up, right? Which means that it might take months also sometimes to come out of that issue. Got it? So that's where it's very important. See, now that you understood, oh, okay, so the package, if you install, there is a pip freeze command which would tell me what are the available things, and immediately you will, since there are only few, right? You can instantly check, even if you want to check, let's say not in the project level, even if you want to check it outside, right? So one way is you can directly go and check into PyPA, just look for the package and see what is the package available. And let's say if you found that the package is really outdated, which means that the lowest version of a package that you are using in a project, right? And then you should address to your lead or someone that, hey, this is a problem with this package because we never upgraded this package any time. That's where it is raising the compatibility issues.